Let's go, man. Holy moly. Past 24 to 48 hours has been amazing. Extremely grateful for what's happened, and just gonna keep this train going, just gonna keep the grind going, and just keep everything in go mode. It's the easiest way to explain it. Just go mode is no need to like overthink stuff, just take action and go for it, and everything else will figure itself out along the way. Like, that's part of being an entrepreneur, is just adjusting based on what's happening. So inside scoop, yesterday around midday, I had a cold brew vending machine that I was expecting to get up and running and like installed and account ready to go by next, it's supposed to be Wednesday. That got pushed, or it's supposed to be Tuesday. That got pushed to Thursday, which is today. And if that wasn't going to work, then it was going to be next week at some point, hopefully, assuming everything lined up. And the company that I'm trying to go through for the payment processing was ready, but they've been very slow. And I was able to somehow, some way figure out the old vendor that had the payment processor in his machine, was able to find that out, contact the person that is the owner of the machine that I bought, and they were able to back trace it. So now they have access, and the other person that the machine used to go to was owned, or they bought directly from the guy that I'm working with. So the CEO has access to his account already, so he'll be able to see how many payments have come through and everything like that. So it'll essentially be super easy to get everything set up for me to be able to put the machine in and have it up and running. And then as we go and like get the account set up formally, he can just send the payments will go directly to me once everything is established. But in the meantime, it'll just be on his end. He'll be able to go on the dashboard and see what that specific machine is doing, and then he can just send payments to me based on what he sees. And then eventually it'll get automatically deposited to me as everything gets finalized and set up correctly. So in the meantime, it'll have to be a back end sort of approach where the machine is looked at on his end, and he essentially just takes the numbers and does the math basically, and is able to send everything through for me, which would be totally fine. In the meantime, sort of bridge the gap. And then other cool updates is I downloaded a lead list in my area of all the contacts that I should go after from ZoomInfo. Did a list, put that into HubSpot as a CRM, and then took those contacts, put them into deal cards, and then put them into a task list, which essentially is about as automated as you can get, with the exception of putting it in a workflow and doing it all for you. I don't want to pay for the subscription, so I'm just going to do it all manually, which is totally fine, because I'd rather just bootstrap it in the most low cost and effective way possible. And then as needed, we'll upgrade to a higher level if I need to at some point down the road, but no need to do that now, the way I see it. So at this point in time, we are bootstrapping it. I'm sending emails to 754 contacts in my area. I sent 100 emails yesterday. I got one response. That guy has under his belt three corporate buildings, like office spaces that typically house 300 offices at his space, and each location has two machines, so snacks and then drinks. So one snack machine, one drink machine. I was thinking to do a combo, but if there's that many, that much foot traffic, as well as big of a space that allows for drink and snack, it'll just make more sense to do a drink and snack. So we'll have 6 machines that we'll be able to put in at that location. And then if everything works out, everything looks good, then we'll put another 2 locations in. So that'll be 4 machines over there, 6 over here. So that'll be 10 machines just from this one contact. And then there's still 2 other locations that we'll potentially do in the future. And that doesn't include like everything else that will come from that. Maybe he'll refer me to other people or open me up to like a wider Rolodex of other locations. Maybe there's more than 7, who knows? There's like 6 or 7 that he's able to put me in contact with and get me in. So the operator there isn't doing a great job. No biggie, not a big deal at all. But we're looking to put something in there in the next like maybe month or 2. And then I sent out another 150 emails this morning. A guy responded to say, hey, not right now, but in February, I'd love to talk and put something in. I've got a lot of headaches that I'm working through. And I looked at his profile. His company manages a ton of office buildings and like corporate environments, you know, massive buildings in my city. And that would allow for just huge opportunity, because if it's a central walkthrough, or even if it's individual floors where each floor has its own machine, who knows? There's so many ways to take this. Man, like the goal is to have 10 locations secured by March 1st, 2023. We currently have 3 locations without any machines being there yet. Where the first machine is going to be put in today, that cold brew machine I was talking about earlier. And then I've got 2 other locations that we've secured with a contract already. Potentially more in the works, but we'll see. Like as time goes on, it's really just patience and just continue following up and just keeping the foot on the gas. But realistically, go mode is like the way to go, because instead of like visualizing and journaling and thinking about doing it, just do it, and everything else will figure itself out along the way. So that's been really cool. Being organized is something that I'd love to be a little bit better at, but realistically, you know, I could, instead of me thinking about how to be organized, I just do the work. And then as people respond or I get more data from HubSpot, I will figure out what works there. I don't need to have like systems in place when you're bootstrapping it. You're really just figuring it out as you go. And even if I create like 1 or 3 relationships that lead to like 15 locations, like that pays and does more than enough for me in terms of what I was looking for. Because if we can get 10 locations and each location makes, you know, $300 a month, then that's plenty. You know, that's enough to comfortably feel good, like profit wise. And I mean, the goal is to go after the locations that are good anyway. So it wouldn't be something that we're going after like a place that would make $150 a month, you know. So that's that. All things considered, you know, we're definitely in a good spot, and we're looking to take it up a notch in the next, you know, months to come. So we'll see how things go. God bless, stay tuned, and we'll check in with you later.